Do you know one of the most influential architects of the 21st century? Do you know that she helped influence millions of designers all around the world and achieve dreams that were impossible when she started out? If you do, then you know of Zaha Hadid. Zaha Hadid is one of the most influential architects in my life. Though I did not personally know her, she was in my crits and I worked in my graduate program in her studio, so I really got to learn a lot about her, both through that and really studying her work. Her tutor, or her partner, was my tutor in school, and I feel I learned a lot. So I think that there are 5 things that I would encapsulate that you can learn from her, and that I learned that I still motivated me and have pushed me toward trying further, even in working in firm life, some things that helped me as I continue to suggest ideas, impact the work that I work on, and really help clients in the world of architecture in general. Number 1 was keep believing in your dreams. So Zaha, her first works were very radical, of course. She tried things that were possibly not buildable at the time, but the idea is she kept drawing and figuring what could be made. Like even in her first Wales competition, like she studied in the UK at Architecture Association, and she applied for this competition, and after winning the competition, like, because she wasn't a local architect and her work was just insanely difficult to build, these guys said, oh, we can't build it. And the idea is that was so partial truth, but still she believed even years after that, winning competitions. And so any architect who will keep with their ideas, keep with their dreams, you might have to work on other things, you might have to do other things here and there, but the idea is you keep those dreams in mind and they will provide value and achieve something great one day. Number 2 was that Zaha Hadid was around a great community. She went to my alma mater, Architecture Association. Her tutor was Rem Koolhaas, but the idea is she was teaching students, she was helping, a community of people who are trying to push architecture, people who are trying to not get labeled into a field at her time in the 70s and 80s that was just rigorized into architecture is this. They didn't want that at the AA. And whatever your community is, there's a limitation that you don't have to accept by this bigger standard, but it's good to get your smaller community of people who believe something interesting that will support you as you grow. Now Zaha she's passed on a couple years ago, but having community like Frank Gehry, Rem Koolhaas, and other pretty much architects, I think it's big and small. It's not just famous architects. Helped her just keep pushing for her work, and things like my graduate program was a place where I could push toward more work. And the idea is you just keep that community, keep encouraging, and it will help you be more valuable to the world you're in and achieve great things. Number 3 of the things that I really felt valuable from Zaha is that she did not let location stop her. That means she of course was doing competitions, but also she's bringing in advice from people from all around the world. And some architecture competitions are not local, so it's actually something that you have to go out to do, but at the same time you can push yourself to keep relevant, find out what's happening, on the other side of the world. These sort of things are really valuable to moving out. I left my country to go to architecture school and work in internships in New York, and even going all around the U.S. to pursue architecture. The same thing happens if it's a client or a competition. You should always be willing to explore beyond your borders, especially if you have a radical idea that might not be as immediately relevant. Number 4 was Zaha Hadid. She really didn't let what other people might have thought was a limitation bother her. So Zaha Hadid, this Iraqi-born architect who was a woman, she didn't let anything limit her. Like, the idea is she could be the best architect in the world. She doesn't have to be like part of the boys club or some other sort of demographic. And so she believed that. She kept working. As an African-American architect, I don't see things in terms of color. I just see that I want to do something incredible. And no matter where you are, minority, majority, whatever, don't let any limitation hold you back, because architecture and design is a world that lets you explore these boundaries. It's a place of ideas, and ideas don't have color. Ideas don't have a gender. Ideas are just explore it and be free and willing, despite where an industry might look, where, there's these rich people in this corner. The idea is architecture is an industry where you can achieve things, but the idea is just keep pushing with your ideas. The fifth thing that I really valued, what I learned from Zaha Hadid, is a importance to pursue the future hard. Don't be afraid of innovation. Zaha Hadid, even communicated that they had to sell innovation to clients. Embracing the future versus resisting it wholeheartedly is one of the battles that has shaped the beginning of our century, and it surely did for her as an architect, and it will influence any architect who's going out there. So as opposed to doing it little by little, I think getting to know tech founders, getting to know software makers, being connected with engineers doing the latest things, these all are things that could help you create and explore incredible things. And it's something that I learned from Zaha that she did, that her firms did, and even though it's hard, the idea is it's something you keep pushing, because architects, unless your parents want to be architects and you have like this place in the firm, whatever, that's cool, but most people don't have that. So looking for things like new technology, new things that are going on will help you create a mark and really achieve something with architecture. Well, I hope you love this. I talked about some things that I was influenced with by Zaha. Were you influenced by her? Did you even know about her? I'll put some links to things that she's done that have really inspired me and probably millions of other architects, so you can look into her work. This is Parametric Thoughts, a production by me, Brandon Gibbs, and this is produced by my production house, MotionFORM, and I really hope that you like this type of content. I'm putting something out every single week in architecture, design, innovation. If you like this content, please like and subscribe, and I wish you the best.